We Are Zombies is the new movie from the team behind Turbo Kid. If you know anything about me, you know that I absolutely adore Turbo Kid. I got to see it on the big screen at Romford last year. Turbo Kid's just one of my favourite movies going. It's such a vibe. So when I saw We Are Zombies was coming, I couldn't wait to see what these guys had cooked up, this time dealing with zombies. One thing we do always know is that they will subvert something and bring us something truly remarkably out there, crazy, and just fun. My name is Kevin Halden. This is Nerdly Out Loud, the official channel of nerdly.co.uk, your favourite show for news, reviews, and exclusive interviews. I like to cover everything from the big budget to the low budget to the no budget, with a special keen interest on the lower end of the scale. And what I will say is that this movie, We Are Zombies, crept up on me. I didn't know it was coming out. I didn't know these guys were doing this. I kind of just was waiting for Turbo Kid 2, but I'm here to talk about We Are Zombies. So let's do that. I'll talk about the plot of the movie with as few spoilers as humanly possible. Then I'll get into the cast and crew of the movie, and then I'll get into what I did and didn't like about the movie, and then give you my final Nerdly Out Loud rating. But please do go over to nerdly.co.uk. Surely there'll be somebody over there who has also reviewed this movie. Check out their review, see what they thought, but most of all, watch the movie yourself. Support the cinema, support the local independent movies, support all of that good stuff. Independent movies on the whole. Just support everything you absolutely can when it comes to movies and creativity. So We Are Zombies effectively is smack dab already in the middle of a zombie infestation, and they are called the living-impaired. What this means is that yes, they are zombies, but they are not cannibal zombies. So they're not like flesh-eating zombies. They're not going to like try and eat people, I think. That's kind of like non-cannibal zombies. Yeah, so that is the world now. That's the world we're currently living in this movie. And these two guys, well, three, there's a team of three, but these two guys have kind of set up shop where they are going to capture the zombies and sell them to people that have been newly turned, and they're making money out of this because the big bad evil corporation of the movie, that's what they do. So these guys get in first, steal the bounty, take it away, and they get the money for it, which is kind of a cool little way of making money in this movie. But obviously they're going to come a cropper at some point. The big bad corporation comes in. Guys, you've been stealing our targets, you've been stealing our money, you owe us a shit ton of money. If you don't pay up, we're going to steal your grandma. So yes, they steal their grandma. That's a thing that happens in this movie. And from there, that's kind of the movie. They want to get their grandma back and they want to bring her home, but obviously the corporation's out there. They get drafted in to sort of kidnap or steal zombie Elvira kind of character. They get asked to go and like steal her, so there's that whole side quest going on. It's just fun. It's a good, fun zombie movie with scary zombie jump scares, really good prosthetics. I thought great VFX on when it's used sparingly, very sparingly, but when it's used, it is very good. And just a cast and crew or a cast of actors that truly know what they're doing, and they know what these guys have done in the past. Turbo Kid was absolutely out there, apocalyptic, and this is that. Little bit of heart in there as well, a little bit of heart and soul to like get you talking. And of course, with these movies, there is always a little bit of a message that you can latch onto, and you can like, if you look hard enough, it's there. I mean, you don't have to look that hard. It is just there. You've got stripper zombies at one point, which is pretty damn cool. Like, I just think this world is a very different world. We're dealing with something very, I don't think we've seen this before. And I think these directors, these creators, who always tend to work together and who always create wonderful little worlds for us to live in for, an hour and a half to 2 hours, they've created another world that I could fully get on board with. And you know what? I could see a franchise. I could see us going down that road. If you want to somehow wrap these movies all in together in a way, I'd be okay with that as well. So let's talk about the cast and crew a little bit more. Our main cast, our main trio that we're going to spend most of the movie with, Carl, Freddie, and Maggie, are played by Alexandre Nachi, Derek Johns, and Megan Peter Hill. And I think they're brilliantly cast. Like, they are really funny together. I don't know if these guys have been friends for years outside of the film. They feel like they have. They really feel like there's just a natural chemistry where they can all just get along with each other. And no matter what's going on, they will be together. Like, you get some really mad situations where like a zombie gets trapped under one of their tires and the guts are all over the place, and the way they react just feels like they've known each other for such a long time, because one of them kind of like freaks out a little bit and the other one's there to sort of back them up. And I love movies where you get that kind of thing where you can't really tell. It blurs the line of, are these guys actually friends, or are they just like super really good awesome actors? But then I know, like, behind the scenes they've probably just messed about a little bit and become friends. But it totally smacks on screen. It works amazingly, especially Alexandre Nachi and Derek Johns. They have such like it feels like a shorthand chemistry with the two of them. Like, they just keep batting off each other. Like, I would like to think some of this was improvised. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was all there on the page. But it feels to me like they were just rolling on the day, which is great. And talking about teams, you have the directors, cast and crew. Let's talk about the crew a little bit. The directors of this movie is François Simard, Anouk Whissell, Yoann-Karl Whissell. They work together every time. RKSS is what the company's called. I really feel like they are sitting in 2024, wishing they were still in the 80s. They get the right blend of comedy towards horror. It's never too horrifying, apart from the fact that they just love blood everywhere and we're just going to get a ton of blood thrown at us. That's about as horrifying as it gets. They kick you in the nuts when they need to, but then the next minute they're picking you up with a smile and a handshake and a wave. And it's these three directors, who I believe also write everything together as well, and they just all have this way of putting things on screen that just hit every single time. Vibrant colours, the darks are dark, the vibrants are vibrant, the story is always hilarious. The comic timing, for the most part, nails it every single time. They just surround themselves with just all sorts of talent at every single level. Makeup, costume design, all of it just seems to work. You kind of come into this world, and much like I did with Turbo Kid, you come into We Are Zombies and you're already part of this world. You're immersed instantly as soon as the movie starts. It all feels practical, livable, and awesome. And I can't give a movie much more praise than that, because you've done something for me and you've put me in a space where I feel like I'm actually there. What I did and didn't like. Now, what I didn't like, I will put out there on Front Street, and it leans into what I did like about what I was just saying about being in this world and feeling like it's real and livable and breathable and palpable, all that stuff. The movie is 80 minutes long. It's like an hour and 20. It does what it needs to do. It gets in and tells the story of them trying to save their grandma, and obviously the big bad corporation coming in, and then these guys who are kind of like the grey area, who are like criminals, and they want to use this team because this team are awesome and also expendable. I feel this movie could have easily been 2 hours long. Like, you could have tacked on another like 40 minutes, obviously, and I would have been okay with that. Maybe if we got that, then maybe I would be a little bit like, this was too long, it didn't need to be this long. But as it is, with this 80-minute movie, I wanted more. I wanted to live here a bit longer. I wanted more shenanigans. I wanted more things to go wrong, some things to go right. I needed a little bit more of this movie, is what I'm trying to say. But I suppose it's kind of a compliment in a way. It's something that I have to make peace with, because the movie ended, the credits started, but I would like more. But I will say that it is fun. It's fun as hell. It's one of those movies that I don't think you're going to forget in a hurry. It's another movie that these creators can tack onto their list of just, we're going to make these movies and they're going to hit every single time. Because they do hit every single time. I've not watched a movie by these guys I didn't like. They really do immerse you in these worlds and make you live with these characters. They cast extremely well. You might not know who these people are, but by the end of the movie, you're going to love them. And then that's going to make you go out and check out other things that these people have done. So with all that said, my final Nerdly Out Loud rating, I'm going to give it a 4.5. And it loses the 0.5 literally just because I didn't feel it was long enough. And that is a crazy thing to be saying, because 9 times out of 10, movies are just too long. And they don't need to be that long. You could easily cut 10, 15 minutes out of it. This movie, I would request that you add 25, 30 minutes to it, 40 minutes to it. and I'd probably still be extremely happy. Like I say, if I got that, would I be singing a different tune? I don't know. Maybe I would. But I feel like these guys have earned my trust enough to let me just marinate in this universe. Let me stay here for a little while longer. You know, it's only like £50 a night at the premiere, and like maybe we could have just got a room for the night and you guys could have shown me a lot more of this movie, a lot more of this universe. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5. I genuinely think people should see this movie. Do check it out. And once you have seen it, once you've checked it out, come back. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Comment below and I'll comment back. It's where the conversation continues. Head over to nerdly.co.uk. We've got tons and tons of reviews over there. Watch more reviews on the channel. We've got loads of stuff down in this list. So yeah, I'm going to head out, but We Are Zombies is a 4.5 out of 5. And hurry up with Turbo Kid 2, because I've watched that movie a million gazillion times and I need to know what happened to Turbo Kid. So yeah, I'm out.